thought I would do a live stream and talk about why, or the only thing that you guys, the only reason why you guys should ever do carnivore, and why it is very, very important that you guys understand. So, for example, uh, I had, I was like, I haven't had my coconut ice cream in so long. So I'm going to go and use coconut cream. I use coconut cream and vanilla extract that has no alcohol in it, and allulose as a sweetener. And what's up, Katie? I'm so jelly of you seeing the wild horses. Oh my God, in Nevada. Anyway, so I go and have the coconut cream, and instantly I get swollen on one side of my face. Instantly. This is where plants are not your friends. And I wanted to talk to you about plants, what's in them, why carnivore makes sense to those who've got severe histamine. And that is the main reason. So histamine is connected to leaky gut, and which is connected wild mustangs. I know. Oh my God, Katie, I have to take a trip out there. Not a trick, a trip out there and have that experience. Oh, you're catching me live. Awesome. Let me grab some water here. So this is the thing. Like, I still get histamine reactions to certain foods. I just do. And it'll show in certain places. Like, so this side it has a histamine reaction. It'll get more swollen when I eat something that my body's like, we don't want that. So I don't do well with that combination. And believe it or not, kefir does that to me too sometimes. It just swell on this side of my face. Now, with that said, I tried carnivore with the trend of everyone else after seeing it on the Joe Rogan with Sean Baker, which is really, really cool. And I tried it for 9 months, and then everything started getting really weird with my body. What's up? So definitely my electrolytes were the thing that was just the worst. Like my electrolytes tanking, that became the most prevalent because I hadn't realized how important the avocado I was eating daily, how much it was keeping things like heart palps away, nausea away. When you're doing a low carb diet, someone said to me, Stephanie, like, if you have all these problems on these low carb diets or carnivore or keto, then why do it? And I'm like, isn't that not cool that you become so dehydrated on these diets? And I'm like, yeah, that is the only problem, especially on a keto omnivore diet, that I find is the needing to balance your electrolytes. But that is it. And if you're on your electrolytes and you're getting your potassium in, and you're getting your sodium, and you're getting your water, and you're eating your fat, and you're not eating too much protein, and you're getting your rest, then this diet, the keto omnivore makes the most sense. And that's what you guys just don't realize, that if you're doing the standard American diet, what ends up happening is you have this issue with your insulin and your glucose regulation. And your blood sugar is going up and it's going down. It's going up and it's going down. And it's going up and it's going down. And that is really awful when you're trying to not age like too quickly. Oh, happy Labor Day, Sherry. Nice to see you. Hi, Claudia. So you don't want your blood sugar to go up and down and up and down and up and down, especially if your blood sugar goes too high up, then you start to damage cells, right? That's what aging is. When it goes too far low, then you're having a hard time with glucagon to balance your blood sugar, and it's just, you feel terrible. You have chronic fatigue. You're reaching for the coffee. You're reaching for the matcha and the green tea and the black tea. And you guys are doing, oh, is it raining now? You guys are doing the fasting, and then you think you're having some type of, oh, I'm clearing up histamine and going through autophagy, I'm losing weight, when in reality, no, your histamine gets worse because you're losing diamine oxidase and N-methyltransferase, when when you're fasting, when you're not getting enough, um, when you're not dealing with your electrolytes and you're not getting into ketosis and you're not getting enough of the macronutrients that you need to balance your enzymes. That's a problem. We call that a huge, massive problem. How do I get magnesium? Magnesium's easily. You have to supplement it because it just doesn't exist in nature anymore, like tiny, tiny amounts. And so I use magnesium glycinate and also malate and transdermal magnesium, which I don't like the chloride, but it's in such small amounts it doesn't hurt you. Or it shouldn't hurt most people. There's a big horse on my... There's a big horse. Anyway, okay, so essentially, if you're going to do a carnivore diet, you want to do it long enough to take down histamine, but not too long where you rebound it where the histamine gets worse. And you shouldn't do carnivore for weight loss. You shouldn't do carnivore because it's trending. Most people do it for weight loss. That's what's scary. You shouldn't do carnivore. Let's do it for weight loss. I don't think people does it for doing it any other reason. People who have issues with plants and the anti-nutrients in plants, it's really great for the short term, trying to fix that gut wall and trying to heal the body from complete disaster, from being super inflamed, from having, let's say, eating wheat and having celiac disorder, celiac issues with celiac, with the cells in your intestinal wall, and having celiac disease and a response to the proteins in this gluten. Don't forget to like up the stream, guys. Don't forget to like up the stream. But if you're going to do carnivore, make sure it's high fat. Do it for up to 3 months. You don't need to do it for years. People keep referencing other gurus who do it, and they'll like, oh, this guru did it and they feel that they're amazing. And I'm going to tell you this probably in the next 10 videos that I do. They're all lying. If they say that they're just perfect on these diets, I've done keto for 15 years and I know exactly what goes wrong. There's a couple things that can go wrong. And if I don't talk about it, then ain't nobody else going to talk about it. And then people attempt to do these diets and injure themselves. And that includes carnivore. If you're going to do a carnivore diet, you got to do it for the short term. You can bring down histamine. You can. You can give your body an inflammatory break for going on it for the very short term. And it has to be a high fat carnivore protocol so you can get into ketosis. But if you do, and I'll bright flame, I'll respond in a second, but if you do it too long, your body rebounds. Now, it's like I used to drink milk. And when I stopped drinking milk and then tried to drink it again, I lost the ability to break down lactose 1,000%. I mean, I'd have to go to the hospital, drink a glass of milk after like stopping for just even 6 weeks. I had a clue when I was younger. Oh, I think I'm lactose intolerant, but my body was still finding a way to break down the lactose in the small intestine. Then when I stopped drinking it, it was awful. And this is what happens with vegetables. A lot of people lose the ability to break down these plants. They're more bloated. They have more histamine reactions than they did prior to doing our carnivore diet. Hope to the max. Yeah, I'm glad you made it too. Now, if my horse would just stop walking around the cement of my pavilion and stop distracting me, that would be great. So it's just so important that you guys know these little details. People who should do carnivore should have allergies, histamine intolerance, mast cell activation. These are the main reasons. If you have a severe gallbladder issue, or you've got gout, or you've got problems with uric acid, then I wouldn't suggest going pure carnivore because you're going to risk secondary issues with doing this strict carnivore protocol. Even up to 6 weeks can be a problem if you have a problem with gout. Gurus need to talk about gout. They need to talk about people who've got issues with their gut wall, who cannot, they can't absorb certain nutrients. They can't. If people have poor biliary duct system, the piping is all messed up, the kidneys low functioning because they're chronically dehydrated. And they need to talk about people who can't get protein byproduct, waste products past the kidneys. These are the people who develop gout, and I'm finding more and more women developing gout on carnivore, right? And these gurus aren't going to tell you that. It's not that they have gout, it's just that they're not telling you the whole truth. If you talk to everybody collectively, you'll start to find there's a lot of people that have issues. If you're just trying to go by yourself, like I did carnivore and I started to become bloated the first time I tried to eat an avocado, and I've eaten thousands of them. I got bloated, like not just a little bloated, like I'm pregnant, I'm going to float off to the clouds, balloon bloated. And I was like, what is this? And then I started asking this question, this very big question, to all my clients. And then I started learning more about M-methyltransferase and diamine oxidase. And I started thinking, maybe that enzyme is being downregulated on carnivore. Well, what's the thing that's missing? Well, it's plants. So is it any plant? Well, I was like, people would try avocados and they'd be able to tolerate broccoli if they have no allergy to avocados. And people could start, sort of stone stepping their way back to some plants by just starting to introduce avocado just to get a little bit of fiber in. It's got to be the fiber connection. Now, is that 100% fact? I don't know, but it seems to every single client that I work with, and we start off on tiny amounts of plants, right? After doing carnivore for too long or for a long time, we start off with a tiny amount of plants, and then we go up slowly. They can start to reintroduce these plants without having this massive histamine reaction to the plants, because we don't want to go on not be able to eat any plants in time. We don't want that, because there's nutrients like potassium in plants. There's vitamin E in plants. There's vitamin C in plants. And if you don't, your water soluble vitamins in plants, your B's in plants, not B12, but you might need some of these if you are not able to do like red meat for uric acid reasons. We got to be very, very, very careful on these diets so we don't hurt ourselves. I'm going to read some of you guys' comments. 7 weeks, due to get a microbiome and changes long-term according to my natural path. You get this issue with low FODMAP diet, carnivore being zero FODMAP. What is it a question? Due to get microbiome changes long-term according, I don't understand microbiome changes. Good or bad? Unless I'm reading it wrong. Yep, terrible thing about internet marketing. It is usually easier to overpromise because they can make more money that way. So I so appreciate the extra level of caution. Yes. And so that is the reason why I don't make money. That is the reason why my lives don't have a lot of people, is because I'm not sensationalizing anything. Everybody has a bad day on diets for different reasons. When you're doing carnivore, you are constantly at risk of electrolyte problems, period. And anyone who says that they're not is lying. And I know that they're lying if they say that that's not a problem. If you don't drink enough water, if you don't get enough magnesium, if you don't have enough sodium, and you don't get your potassium in over time, maybe not in the beginning, maybe they just haven't done it long enough. If they've done it strict over time, they will run the risk of electrolyte problems, period. So I know that they're lying. Or people are doing like 2 pounds of protein and they don't know where their electrolytes stand, and they start to develop constipation, and they don't ever tell you that they're constipated. But they're like, look at me, I lost 60 pounds and I'm amazing. Bullshit. Like, oh, well, this person does it. Come on, people. Don't be naive. I'm not saying you guys are naive, but the ones who are. Are vegetables essential? Well, I'm looking for the person who can do like tendons, bone for their fiber. And if they're able to do bones and tendons and eat tons of particular organ meats to get their water-soluble vitamins, then potentially could do just a strict carnivore diet. But nobody does that. Nobody's like, oh, let me get my fiber through tendons and bone and shells, eggshells, and fish bones. But to be honest, keto was never easier than when I stopped following all Stephanie's rules. Could just be luck. But I do have the same concerns on carnivore. It seems safest due to 7 weeks. Okay, first of all, who said this? Bright Flame. Nobody actually follows, I don't have rules, right? I'm like, start at 200 grams of fat. Just because you guys have 200 grams of fat does not mean that you're going to be in ketosis. It's, are you getting enough sleep? Are you balancing your blood sugar? People are not considering all of the things that you have to do to balance your whole life with health. You have to know what your existing health is. Do you have hypoglycemia? Do you have insulin resistance? Are you consuming enough fat? People are like, they'll go and put like, 30 grams into a pan cooking food and be like, I get enough fat in. And I'm like, no, that's not the way it is. And if you have a histamine reaction to butter and then you're trying to adapt, but your blood sugar spikes too high, how are you going to adapt if your blood sugar is too high? But because let's say I eat butter, and then you eat butter and you're like, well, technically I've done everything and I'm not doing well. Well, there might be a part missing that you're not aware of. And these are the things I'm trying to teach you guys. Will so much butter give you too much vitamin A? No, not even, not at all. In fact, there's a lot more vitamin A in liver, and I have liver every single day. It's about people who are using retinol on their skin, vitamin A on their skin, and too much of it, or people who have leaky gut and they can't absorb the A, and so they have too high levels of it. But most people do just fine eating liver every day, which has much higher levels of vitamin A than butter. And butter, you can do gobs of that and not have too much vitamin A. SIBO is my issue. Carnivores seem to help, but is it safe for many months? No, it is not. Because it can help your SIBO and then start to downregulate enzymes that take away the inflammatory reaction that you might get from SIBO. So you need those antihistamine enzymes. I eat pastured 5 eggs. I eat 5 pastured eggs a day on keto. Is that too many? Probably, Shayna. Probably should kind of move your foods around and rotate. That's why I've done so many videos about rotating your food. There's different bacteria, there's different macronutrients, there's different inflammatory things. The whites of the eggs have inflammatory agents within inside the protein. The protein's inflammatory. So I wouldn't just have 5 eggs every single day. It's a little much. If you were like, I'm going to have 1 egg and like 2 yolks, and then tomorrow I'm not going to have eggs at all, and then the next day I have 5 eggs, that would be fine. Let's see. I love your common sense approach. Know your body. Yes. A lot of people will write my comment section on my video, all you have to do is listen to your body. And I'm like, if people were to actually, the people who are listening to their bodies, they look like garbage, because humans are very subjective. That's just the way that we are. We're very, very subjective creatures. People will say like, I want ice cream. Don't listen to that. You know what I mean? I want to stay up super, super late every single night. Don't listen to that. Oh, I'm craving chocolate or spinach. No, let's say chocolate. No, let's say I'm craving tomatoes. Tomatoes, but I have a thyroid problem. Like, don't listen to your body. Sometimes you have to understand your body, right? Intellectually. And then recognize what is not good for you, because we damage our bodies. You don't even know that you're damaged, right? Well, I'm going to take a nap every day at 3 o'clock because my body says I'm tired. No, the solution isn't to take naps. The solution is to fix why your blood sugar is dropping at 3. Maybe you need to eat something every 3 hours so you don't need to take a nap in the middle of the afternoon. So we have to be we have to understand our body more. We have to understand health more. Good grief, I only manage about 90 to 100 grams of fat, and I eat a lot of fatty meat, eggs, and real butter. You think that all you have to do is slap three spoons of fat on your plate 3 times a day just to get enough fat in, and then of course eat fatty meats and potentially an avocado. But people think if I take a Kerrygold block of butter and I melt that, right? And then you try to melt, let's say, an ice cream, a cup of ice cream, you're going to have the same amount of food or fat, almost the same amount of fat. But people don't think that, oh my God, I'm eating almost the same amount of fat when I'm eating this ice cream, this pint of ice cream, as to a block of Kerrygold butter. They're like, oh my God, it's so much. It's just the way your brain perceives much or little. And we've got to change our thinking again. Three rules I listed. I followed way more rules. Keto would be harder for me. Rules. There's no rules. There's just common sense. I don't mean to be rude. There's no rules, right? Like if I drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes, I'm going to destroy my body. And so if I want to stop destroying my body, I'm going to have to do these actions to create this other reaction. So it's not about rules or anything like that. If you want to get into ketosis, these are the things you have to do to get into ketosis, and that's just the way it is. So I try to get people to eat at least 200 grams of fat a day coming from different sources. Now, if you add 12 tablespoons of fat in, that's only 167 grams of fat. So the rest would be coming from your meat mostly. It's not a lot, you guys. It's like people are so afraid of fat, but they have no problem eating a bunch of carbs, which behooves me, because carbs damage your cells and fat does not, unless it's like oxidized oils from plants. I just get at least one major serving of greens instead of 3 works better for me. What works better for you? Like, that's where you say that things are working better for me. Does how dark the stick color matter? I have dark purple most days. Are you talking about pee strips? I don't know what you're talking about. Those pee strips as urine strips do not work. I think that's what you mean. Don't forget to like up the stream so people can find my humble channel, guys. Don't forget. I love eating fat. That's good. It's not. I finally did 150 and it's not hard at all. Mostly butter. It is so not hard. It is so not hard. I could slam down 8 tablespoons of fat in breakfast and I won't even notice that I'm eating that much fat. Just literally, I like take a fork of liver and a fork of butter and I eat it, or I'll have a fork of pork belly or a fork of something and I'll eat it. I love butter so much, but a lot of you guys have a histamine reaction to butter, so let's get that clear, that I could do a fork of avocado and a fork of butter and be in heaven. Legit. I never cared about sugar or sweets my whole life until menopause. Now I crave these things so much. It's like I have been taken over, and I've been taken over, and I'm not myself at all. I haven't heard people necessarily crave sugar through menopause unless your blood sugar is destabilized or candida's kicked over or you're having hypoglycemia. Rice, cauliflower, and butter. Salt and butter, yeah, it's good. Although I do prefer a really nice pork loin or liver. Oh my God, I love liver. Liver is like my favorite. I did miss your comment. Let me see. Yes, urine strips. No, they don't work. They're good to see. They're good to use after a glucometer. They show you when you're losing. That's why your strips are turning purple. You're peeing. So you have ketones in your urine. You don't want ketones in your urine. You want them in the cells. So you want that urine strip to be clear. All it shows is that you're eating fat. I mean, making ketones, but you may not be using them. See, it just seemed like keto seemed to best. Wait, I just meant keto seemed to work best 2 main meals. No. Take supplements. You can't eat 2 main meals. You're not going to get enough fat. So that's where you got to use a glucometer and see what your blood sugar's at, your ketones are at. The word keto becomes very bastardized and subjective. You think you might be doing a ketogenic diet, but you may not be. You might feel better than another diet you felt, but you're going to feel amazing when you're fully adapted. Yeah, I miss this comment from my iron levels are elevated. Should I be careful about how much red meat I eat on keto? If your iron levels are at you better check out if you've got leaky gut. So the point is to fix the gut wall. And yeah, you would have to be careful on the red meat's high in iron. You know what I mean? Like beef or something like that. But you could do a pork that has less, and be careful with liver. Love liver since a child. Awesome, Monica. So I just literally eat the butter and I can't find pork belly anywhere. I do have the ability to get pork and fat trimmings. That's awesome. Fino, that is awesome. If I miss a comment, just repost it and I'll find it and then read it. It adds up. It adds up, I guess, the fat pretty quick if you really look at it. I haven't gotten to eating straight fat, but almost there. Okay. It's not that big of a deal. Our minds take over and become way more subjective than anything. The way our brains perceived. I mean, humans are freaking weird. Humans are a trip. Like, cause having horses and watching their rhythms, and when I first moved to my property, which is a month now, how they wouldn't eat the grass, and I was like, thank God, because it could have killed them, because they could have colicked on it. They're not used to this grass, and there was so much of it, and the grass had stopped growing in Texas because there was no rain. But they all intuitively didn't eat for freaking almost 2 weeks the grass. It was bizarre. Now my pony won't stop eating, so I got to start pinning him up. I never. All right. Oh yeah, I can't read the menopause comment. It's not. I finally did 150, and it's not. Okay, I've read that. Jackie, we don't have Costco, but Walmart doesn't carry it. Yeah, Walmart carries Kerrygold because I bought it there for sure. Yeah, I have. I have bought. Yes, for sure. What are your thoughts about glycine powder? Glycine is great when you guys wake up to pee in the middle of the night, because you're not supposed to wake up to pee, okay? You're not supposed to feel like you have to pee. Your ADH might be low, antidiuretic hormone might be low. It's good for people who've got gallbladder problems. I paid for your Facebook course and it's still pending. I'll check today. Sometimes I've been having a little bit of issues with my computer, but I'll go and check and let you on. Just make sure that you put your email. Sometimes people don't write their email. If you don't put your email down, I won't let you on the page because I have to put you on a spreadsheet. And so I could, because people have different Facebook names to their actual name to their email names. But I'll check this after live stream. Angela. By the way, I adore the fact that you have horses. I now just have one after my Appy. Oh, mare passed. I have a little tank. What is it? Hillfinger gelding. Aw. Half a finger. Is that what you meant? Half finger? I'm so glad you have horses too. That's so awesome. Or have a horse. I'm gonna get another one too. I have to get fencing up on my entire property. By the way, if you guys want to donate on my website, I'm trying to get enough funds to build a fence on the 10 acres because they're only housed in 2 right now. Before I forget, if you guys need a consultation, go to stephanieperson.com. My calendar is now open. The dates were all booked up. Now it's all open again. And then as well as, my Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. If you guys want to go and learn more there. And if you have ideas, comments, anything you want me to talk about, go to the show notes below. And don't forget to share my content because I forget to say that. I'm not a very good YouTuber. Share my content so people can find out like where I am. You mentioned you eat liver every day. How do you make it? Oh, I just pan fry it. I actually did best on low fat carnivore as well as following testing the other influencers online. It seems to work better. Yeah, Bright Flame is just I think Bright Flame is trolling because they're at my channel, they're just on my channel. Low fat carnivore. I did better. did means I did it. Why'd you stop? This is the thing. People say that they do better on diets. I'm like, well, then why'd you stop? So it's okay. GD says, what do you think about protein from eating bugs? I don't think about it at all because the what is SG folks get their way. Well, have no more. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Um, if you had to eat bugs, I would eat bugs, but I live in the country where my electrician says, I know everybody. They make one word into two syllables. Honey, I've got like 30 head of deer on my property right now. There's deer, there's wild boar, there's catfish, there is food for days here. Y'all better go to the coast and go fishing. No, I'm kidding. Half kidding. I stopped because I was recommended to only do a stick with the diet for 7 weeks tops. I hate quitting veggies completely. Okay, that was bright flame. Okay, whatever. I will never let the G or the G ermint tell me to eat bugs. I won't let them either, but if there was nothing less, I would. I love liver too. You eat beef or chicken liver, and I just came in. I love beef liver. Chicken liver just doesn't do it. The stronger the beef tastes, the better. I actually enjoy engaging with alternative opinions to reconcile the differences, agreeing and yeah. I mean that's cool. But you are saying some stuff that's just kind of like it's a distraction. You know, when people have like live streams, people keep saying stuff. It's a little bit of a distraction. So I would rather have something that's like can actually get us to learn or think or something. Because you're not like saying anything that can help learn. You're just saying, I do this. And I'm like, okay, who cares? I mean, I do this. It would be great if we could have like a better dialogue is what I meant. Shrimp are ocean roaches. So if you eat shrimp, you're already eating bugs. Well, I mean, what if you don't like land roaches, but you like ocean roaches that are bottom feeders that have a lot of like poison toxicity in them, like mercury, or I don't know. Yes, I could technically hunt on my property. I could. The reason is because my back of my property lines 60 more acres. So there's tons of, they get onto my property through the other properties. And because I'm always feeding my horses, they getting closer and closer because they like, I'm hungry. That smells good. So I am attracting more and more and more of these deer towards my fence because I boxed in a portion of the land and they keep wanting to come and eat their food. Oh, I already mentioned the only reason. It's if you have histamine intolerance and you're trying to fix either mast cell activation, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, severe histamine reactions, um, anything histamine that's an inflammatory response, even if you're having like fibromyalgia or joint pain, but it's if you're having an inflammatory reaction. So if you're having a histamine reaction, which could include the joint pain and the fibromyalgia. I've been doing your high fat protocol, and my glucose has been in the 70s every morning for a few weeks after being carnivore over 2 years and fasting so much. I did lose 68 pounds, but have been, and then it doesn't say anything more. But it's just really, really important that you guys consider what these diets will do to your body over the long term. You know, because you guys saw that I went through the whole melasma thing. My skin freaked out, especially when I was going through the carnivore phase. My body just was like, oh, hell no. I love shrimp and salmon too, but I know that shrimp are little bottom feeders. Suffering from chronic fatigue for months. Thank you for helping me heal. Feeling so much better. Aw, that's awesome, Angela. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I noticed people, and I will check my Facebook after this. I noticed people on keto forums mentioning an issue called lipedema, or basically hundreds of small, tiny pearl-shaped nodules under their fat loss areas. Wonder what it would cause that on keto. I think that people who've got like serious issues with their gut wall and their ability to not be constipated, and if you're not absorbing nutrition and you can't poop out estrogen, I can see the body beginning to collect fatty deposits with the lipedema. It does happen. It's not as common as people out there might think, but you got to make sure that you can poop and that your organs are functioning properly through the biliary duct system. You're probably going to develop some kind of hiccup from doing these diets. I love avocado. Can I eat one? You can eat 3 a day. How's that? So does that mean that you eat more vegetables now? Yes, yes, but only eat vegetables 1 time a day. That's all you need. That's all I need to get my micronutrients and also get some fiber in. Well, I eat avocado as well, but try bile salts for gallbladder. You can try bile salts. You can try lipase if it's like a mild reaction. Lipase is an enzyme. You can do a bottle's worth, like a month's worth. You can do glycine, which somebody asked about glycine, and you can do taurine in lemon water. 2 months on carnivore, just started bile salts due to digestive issues. Any suggestions? I need more. Like digestive issues. You mean gallbladder issues? Is that what you mean? And if so, I just gave you the protocol. I wouldn't do strict carnivore. You don't need to. Do it and then get off. 2 months is like a limit. You should like start getting off of it now. Do you recommend tallow or butter for cooking? Both. I'm so sad. I'm allergic to avocado. I know. I'm sorry, Texas girl. Sorry I left your beautiful state, but I had to go. Texas girl in a crazy world. I was not a Texas girl. Although I'm not a Tennessee girl either, but it's just beautiful here. I don't think I'll ever be a Tennessean. I think I'll always be a Californian deep down inside when it comes to the weather, not the politics. Artichoke tincture, perhaps also. I think artichoke has a lot of carbohydrates, but it's tincture. I don't know what you mean. Okay, so you just meal prep some meat, liver, and eat it along with fat when you get hungry. Yes, all throughout the day. Particularly thymus is something I munch on all day, which is great for allergies. I went back to Texas, then left after a week. I'm sorry, Texas is having some problems. Forgot to mention thymus. So thymus is amazing. It sits right here on a baby, well, on all animals. But when they get older, that gets too small, and young ones and calves, they're big, and it's got diamine oxidase in it. It's amazing. So does intestine and kidney, but thymus has the most. Man, I fell for a carnivore meme. I was sticking to it from maybe December 2021, March to 2022, and got gobsmacked with diff issues. You mean C. diff issues, but could also maybe C. diff. But could also be I'm already slabbed family. Oh, you're around slabbed family members nonstop. So slab means like the stuff you put in there. That's what slabbed is, but with a J. It's so funny because I keep listening to different doctors talk about that whole thing, and some people are like, they think it's the giraffine. They think it's that. That's that is creating the illness with this one around each other. They think it's the giraffine. It's not giraffe, but you guys figure it out. Do you use red light therapy? Not anymore because it helped bring out my melasma. So I used a red light box on my face. I got it from Juve. They sponsored me, and I stuck my face like that far from it. And it helped me go to sleep. It was amazing, right? It helps to bring out the nitric oxide out of the cells or something, help the cells. But that red light, I have a trigger bite behind my ear. Sorry, guys. That red light gave me really bad hyperpigmentation all over my face. It was awful. I mean, somebody actually said it in a comment on my video. They're like, it looks like a baboon shat on your face. I was like, diarrhea shat on my face, because the pigmentation was so dark. It was really, really dark. I don't know of a specific Tootgut brand, so you have to go and find that one yourself. That's for the for the gallbladder. Okay, I've been trying to add avocado, 2 tablespoons to start. Yes, I would even just start with a tablespoon if you're having a hard time, and eat it with protein. The slow and fatty protein. The slower you digest that avocado, if you have an allergy to it, the easier it is for your body to deal with the the histamine reaction is going to be much slower. Let me see. I have Thymus in my freezer right now, and I'm working on figuring out how to prepare it, air fryer or to grill it. You can't pan fry. You could technically bake it, but if you pan fry Thymus, it's awful. It's like rubber. I love butter. Can I eat throughout the day? Of course, of course. Are you going to get another horse someday? Yes, I'm going to get another. I want to get another horse in spring. Or as soon as I get a fence on my whole property, I'm getting another horse as soon as possible. Thunder needs a grown up, and I need another riding partner. So if I've got 2 horses and people come to visit, we can ride. There's a man I met down the street. He's like, I've got 60 acres. You can ride that. There's also 60 behind me. I'm going to ask them if I can ride that 60. And then I've got 10. And then there's riding places all around. There's a couple trail riding places around where I live. So I would need to get a horseback riding partner. Salt water, boil it for a small minute. Then after remove the membrane. Much Thymus sweetbreads are delicious. No, you don't have to boil it. Just bake it. It's so delicious. You don't have to boil it. You can literally just nuke it in an air fryer or on a grill. Thymus Butcher Health Store. Thymus I got from a butcher in town. Tina says, hi, it's been a while. Is there a reason why menopausal women restart their cycle while on keto or carnivore? Yeah, because a lot of them are getting cholesterol, and the hormones use cholesterol as the main substrate for sex hormones. And that's the main reason why their hormones rebalance, and also adapting, of course, running on ketones and not glucose. But a big part of it is getting a lot of cholesterol in, which is good for you, contrary to heart attack lies, popular belief. Yes, I have a book. I'm getting closer. I'm inching closer. Today I spent almost 4 hours talking to my web guy. So we're putting my course. I run a course. It's a keto course where I cover low carb, high fat, where you're still eating starch. I cover keto, omnivore, and carnivore, and how to transition between the three. And I also just teach you about the body, like the gallbladder and the biliary duct system and the gout and the men who've got low testosterone and how to build muscle. Today we did a course lesson on GLUT4 receptors and how to build muscle how to build muscle by becoming insulin sensitive, by developing more GLUT4 receptor proteins, and also how to get blood sugar into your muscle to regulate your blood sugar to make more ketone use. Anyway, there's a whole thing I did about it today on the course as a lesson. So if you can sign up for stephanieperson.com, but talk to my web designer about how to put it on my website and have different tiers of different information. Like there's going to be free information. Then there's going to be like, you pay this low price and then this price for more information. The more I work, the more you pay, basically. So girl can make a better home for her fur babies. It's been a while. I read that. Okay. So my book is going to come out. I actually have all the material for a book, like a solid friggin' Bible, period, for all 3 diets. Like it's going to be the first one because it's going to be the ultimate keto, carnivore, and low carb, high fat book, and how to transition between the 3. That's going to be my book. So before it was just a keto book, but we evolve. And so now it's going to be much, much more. I'm really, really, really excited to do it or to get it out there. And so we also talked about him photographing all the material for the book, and also how to do more lifestyle vlogs, because on my Instagram, I show people all the stuff that I'm putting on the land. I put an Amish shed. I got a new refrigerator freezer for over the winter, stock it with all of this lovely, healthy elk and a hog and Thymus and all this kind of stuff, all this healthy meat. And then what else have I done? I bought like a pony pen, and I show it on my Instagram all the time. And this woman was like, how do you have the money for all of this? And then I talked about it on my stories, and people are like, you don't have to explain how you pay for all of these things. And I was like, no, this is a great opportunity to teach people how I was able to buy land in cash, and how I live in the RV, and how I have 2 vehicles, actually 3. And so basically I'm going to do videos showing you guys how I'm able to do it, because I live cheap as frack or fluck. Okay. I never buy anything for myself. I don't go out to dinner. I don't buy, oh my damn horse. Jeez, scared the crap out of me, you little brat. Oh my God. I heard a boom. Thunder. Watch, he's gonna be, I'm not gonna show you my RV because it's a mess, because I just came in and shopped and threw everything down. So I'll put my camera right here. All right, you little brat. What do you want? Oh my God, you still have the mask on. Hold on, boo-boo. Hold on, okay. All right, hold on. Oh, I can't do this 2 hands. Or 1 hand. All right, now somebody said that this was cruel that I have on Thunder, okay? So Thunder had eye cancer. People need to understand that this is saving his life, okay? People are so silly. Hold on. Don't you step on my foot too, because I'll die. I'm barefoot. Okay. So Thunder had eye cancer. Don't rub on me, hun, because I got a black shirt on. What? They're not around. Oh, he's itching. Okay, so Thunder had eye cancer, and he would have died in 3 months. The cancer was the size of my finger. Come here. Come here, boo-boo, so they can see. Come here. Okay. So he had cancer. Come here. On this side. You can see this eye is very weepy. There it is. It's very, come here. Come here. Come here. Let them see. He's very weepy on this side. So I use this mask to cover him, not only from the sun, but the bugs get into that eye. No, don't rub on me. And then that's his other eye, which is a really, really pretty blue eye. Can you stay? Dude, come here. Come here. Come here. No, come here. He knows that I'm messing with him. Come here. He does not like to mess with his eye so much. What? And there's Luca and Lulu in the background. Okay, so I'm going to go back inside. I'll give you a carrot later, okay? Hold on, guys. Not that he can understand me, but this damn horse is so smart, he probably could understand me. Have a kiss? Oh, thank you. God, my place is a friggin' mess. I'm back. Oh my God. So I just wanted to clear that up. Because I know I'm just like going off topic, but somebody was like, like, why does your horse have that mask on? That's cruel. And I'm like, I have to put the mask on him or he'll die. Okay, I just forgot to take it off at night. Try to find a local rancher butcher and ask for the trimmings. They usually just toss them out. Exactly. That's how you get the trimmings. What a sweet pony. It's a friggin' fly mask. I know. People are somebody's like, that's so cruel. He's wearing that mask. And then another person's like, yeah, I agree. That is so sad. I'm like, oh my God, people, stop at the comments. I swear. Don't be worried, pork. Okay, was it Tycho? Thunder? They all these animals. My horses have parasites, honey. They all have parasites. It's all how the animal is treated. All animals, chickens get parasites. Horses get parasites. Pigs get parasites. Don't be afraid. We deworm all the animals, okay? Cows have to be dewormed. Y'all need to chill on the whole parasite thing and the dirty, animal nonsense. Stop. Plus, pork fat is so good for the brain and it's high in monounsaturated fat. I know. And it's like the centurions in Okinawa in Japan, they eat pork and they live to be over 100. You guys stop being worried of food. Like they're all animals. They're all God's animals. Like, I don't want to, I have so many people that tell me, let's go hunting here. And I'm like, okay, I got to get California out of me. It is really, really hard because I've got horses. Oh, people are idiots. I rescued a dog from a man that said he thought leash walking was cruel. Yeah. Well, in this case, Thunder has to wear that mask. Like the freaking gnats get into that eye. He also can't have the sun on that eye. I wear a fly mask at the bar. Well, the way the world's been the last 2.5 years, you could wear freaking a shield over your face if you wanted to. Oh, okay. So Monica says, this is great. Monica says, I signed up for your keto course on Facebook. Love it. There's not enough hours in a day to see and read all of your work. So grateful. Ah, that's so cool, Monica. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it, Monica. There is a lot. I've got 4 years of retro course lessons. In fact, I've written so much. One of my members was like, do more videos because you have so much content to download. So just start making more video lessons. I'll start doing that. Should I take Scliver Messin paste? You have to be really careful of that because it's dosed for horses. And yes, you could. Yes. If I wasn't able to easily get it from Mexico, then I'd probably do the same. But you've just got to read how to do it properly. You can't wait to start using the course. Yes. When I get off, I'll let you on. And Thunder's awesome. He's a sweetheart horse. People always talk that way about animals and dogs and whatever, but he is quite special. I love the meat. I don't hunt as long as the animals are treated humanely and harvested humanely. I'm good. Yeah, I'm the same. I've gotten so much free deer meat and it's insane. And, when there are shortages on beef and meat, you just have to accept that this is nature. He's a very, very smart horse. He's very, very smart. First of all, his mask was on and it just got dark. So that was good. He bonked on the door and I took it off and then he walked away. Well, he bonked another time. He goes thunk with his head on the door. Oh God. I really need to not only give them more space to roam, but I really need to open up the 10 acres of this land and fence it because they have accessibility to my home and it's driving me nuts. Like, go away and let me be me. It's like air and Thunder is connected to me, like he's stuck to me like glue. If I'm out there, well, sometimes he'll graze, like he'll be in like the grazing mood. But I would say 60% of the time I be out there, he stands right next to me, follows me around the whole place constantly. Do you only drink water or is it tea okay? Tea is fine. You have to be careful. Teas have tannins. They can rob you of iron if you're having iron issues. You want low tannin teas like rooibos, or do your own natural like lemon water or cinnamon. Yeah, so there's that. But I'm so used to drinking water now. So I love it. And I have, let me see, man, I have it at the edge of my bed when I haven't had the courage to take what? Oh, to take the paste dosage for my weight. Just learn more. Don't be afraid. It's not going to kill you. If you're doing like a tiny amount. Okay, carnivore for neurological issues, spastic No, I definitely think that keto is better for neurological issues. I work with so many epileptic people right now. My mom also had a glioblastoma, and I believe a keto omnivore diet is better for neurological issues, bar none, over carnivore. Yep, my hubby is about to be sent for some deer soon. Yeah. Their beef prices, what? These beef prices are like, there's a large game ranch here too, and we can get elk. Yes. That's awesome. But like my electrician, he befriended me, and his brother's like, I'll give you as much deer as you, we'll fill that entire freezer where you can have anything left, and I'll give you all of the organ meat. I'm like, bring it. Have you seen this video yet? Search what people eat in the coldest city on earth. What do they eat? Was it Yakutus? The hell is that noise? This is the reason why I need to open up the land, because they are constantly doing stuff to my human stuff. I gave into pizza and it had a kid for. I don't do that unless I make it and I use other things like cauliflower or flax meal. Need to go to Texas? I'm not in Texas. I'm in Tennessee. I got the hell out of Texas. I'm sorry, Texas people. Hell never. Honey child. Girlfriend did not like Texas at all. And I remember before I moved there, this woman, she was moving out. And I was like, why are you moving out of Texas? She's like, it's too hot. And she took her ass and she moved, and so did I. Okay, do you have taping for stress and anxiety reduction? Yes, I have done videos about that. I can do more. It's diaphragmatic breathing, connecting to circadian rhythm. You guys can't hear them, but I hear them. It's that pony now. He's getting into mess trouble. Tape. Mouth taping for sleep? No, use mouth taping for sleep. I don't tape. Just diaphragmatic breathe. That's all you need to do. What the hell time is it? Okay, guys, it is time for me to go. Don't forget to like up the stream. Been in southern Arizona, half an hour from Mexico, for 5 years. It is hot. No, honey. No, honey child. There ain't nothing like hot and humidity. Next level. The heat, the actual temperature over 100 with over 50 degrees, 50 to 80 to 100 not degrees, percent humidity in Texas this last summer was unbearable. They don't have enough water. People had to kill their livestock. It was awful. I'm never going to experience that again. Nope. Yeah. I would even mind being in southern Arizona's heat when it's dry heat. That over 100-degree temperatures with humidity was like, not only was the air like oven thick, but it was steamy hot. Oh, it was awful. Oh my God. To even be outside with the horses, I would take the hose and drench water over my clothes, everything, especially when I was packing to leave to Tennessee and all my stuff was outside. I was like, I don't care. And the only reason why I didn't literally go get sent to the hospital was I was constantly spraying water on myself. That was the only way. How quick can someone undo acute electrolyte depletion after their months of carnivore? Oh, it's going to happen right away. I mean, you might have damaged some issues, you might have damaged some things, but you can pretty much correct your electrolytes. Now, you might develop, symptoms of like kidney issues from chronic dehydration. You might have developed chronic swelling of the limbs from dehydration and the body holding on to salt, but it will work itself out after a couple weeks. Get my horses out of trouble. Thank you. What's your name again? Bino? Thunder. You hear him walking by. West Texas is dry heat. True. 117, and dry was dry as a bone, upper humidity. I can breathe. I can't breathe in humidity. It's the opposite. I'm good with dry heat. I can do dry heat. I cannot do this humidity and the heat at the same exact time. I cannot. Oh my God. I'd rather be here in Tennessee where it's humid. Although today was lovely. Oh my God, it was divine. So, well, guys, it's been an hour. Thank you for joining the live. For those who need a consultation with me, I've been doing this for a long time, years. I feel like I am really good at what I do because I am paying attention to everybody. I had to start throwing my notepads after 100 notepads on people, taking notes. Anyone think these sudden rains is weird? It's not weird. It's been done on purpose. I remember worms coming up to the surface. Oh, that was a fly after rain. Now I see. Let me tell you right now, the stuff that going on, everything manufactured, all of it. Showing up, honey child. Don't think any of this stuff is normal, or everything is smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. Everything. Everything. You name it, it's a smoke and mirror. I'm glad that you guys are agreeing, but like nothing is normal these days. Like nothing is natural. Everything has been organized to trick and fool everyone. And it has worked perfectly. It has worked. When I talked to this guy in my consultation, he's like, oh, but me and my family members. And I'm like, yeah, you did poison. Yeah, like legit. Like that's what happened. And then they got everybody thinking it's something that you just, and then no. If I could literally say what I think, then people wouldn't think that I was a nutbag. If I could. But if I say what I think, then I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys anymore. But yeah, everything is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And everybody's been told things, and people drink that Kool-Aid and they believe stuff, and I'm like, believe nothing. And I can equate this to the carnivore world or in the keto world. They'll tell you anything. They'll tell you it's the best ever, and I've done it for 15 years, and and people just friggin' lie. I've done it for and I've never had a problem, and everything's perfect. It's all lies. It doesn't matter what the subject is. When everybody says that everything is perfect and everything's fabulous and it's lovely and it's amazing and there's never a problem, and you just do these simple things and nothing's ever complicated, and you just eat this and do that and fart and you're great. And I can take what's happened with keto and carnivore and the products and beta hydroxybutyrate salts, and this is going to put you in ketosis and you're going to be amazing, and now people don't even talk about BHB salts anymore. It was a lie then, and then now the lies just evolve. So it's been going on for years, and it's been going on for centuries, Jeremy, but we just didn't know it. Right? I just watched this documentary. I think I talked about this the last live stream, where they had these women paint the hands on a clock in the I think it was the 20s, and they wanted the hands to glow so you can see them in the dark, and they used this, I don't know, it's not uranium, it's something, or some radioactive stuff. I forget the exact name of it. And these women, they would take the paintbrushes and they would dip it in this radiation, and then they would dip it on their tongue, and then they would paint the clock hands. And they kept telling this one woman's like, I don't feel well. And they're like, oh, that's because you have like an STD. I mean, I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. And then people's jaws were like breaking and then growing long shapes. And it's these 5 women that did it, and they all passed. And if you think about it, they've just done that to every subject, and they'll say like, "Oh no, look, it's it's because of," and they'll say anything, and then people believe it. It's just the way that it is. But I'm glad that a lot of you guys are opening the eyes and starting to see what's going on. I always say it doesn't matter if it's keto or carnivore, believe nothing until you do your absolute hardcore research. And you can take that equation to life with everything that you hear. Just don't believe something you hear. I'll hear something, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Let me go reach the frick out of it. Then I'll decide. That's what you guys should do. No, it's not that, olive eater. It's a no. It's like you're something. I don't know. She just kind of disappeared. I think that when I got Thunder, I stopped live streaming as much. And then I would do one every once in a while and she wouldn't be there. And I didn't ask her, like, where are you? And I always felt guilty anyway, having somebody moderate, like as much as she did. I mean, now somebody wants to be my mod now. That's cool. But you know what? I don't have people troll me like I used to. So maybe that's the reason why I wasn't like, Deborah, where are you? Because yes, thank you, Texas girl. She's right. Yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not that. It's another one. I gotta find that documentary and find the actual word. But I'm like uncomfortable to say anything on YouTube these days because people that they're like, "What'd you say?" Well, let me go and tag this video and this one, and then let's bring your count down. Thank you everyone for joining this live stream. Don't forget to like up the stream. People in the live now and people who watch the replay because it helps bring people to my humble channel. I'm Stephanie and I'm turning 55 and this is the business and this is the business. And I've been doing keto for 15 years. I got freaking energy. And I've made a lot of mistakes along the way and I've had troubles and struggles with it, but I got it now. I got it down. I got it down and I know what works for what person when I get a chance to talk to you guys. If you need a consultation, go to stephaniepoisson.com. And this biatch, this lovely female, is out because I got some fur babies to be tending to. Peace.